Pyongyang Joint Declaration. September 2018. Moon Jae-in, President of the Republic of Korea, and Kim Jong-un, Chairman of the State Affairs Commission of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, held the Inter-Korean Summit meeting in Pyongyang on September 18–20, 2018. The two leaders assessed the excellent progress made since the adoption of the historic Pyongyang Declaration, such as the close dialogue and communication between the authorities of the two sides, civilian exchanges and cooperation in many areas, and epochal measures to diffuse military tension. The two leaders reaffirmed the principle of independence and self-determination of the Korean nation, and agreed to consistently and continuously develop inter-Korean relations for national reconciliation and cooperation, and firm peace and co-prosperity, and to make efforts to realize through policy measures the aspiration and hope of all Koreans that the current developments in inter-Korean relations will lead to reunification. The two leaders held frank and in-depth discussions on various issues and practical steps to advance inter-Korean relations to a new and higher dimension by thoroughly implementing the Pyongyang Declaration, shared the view that the Pyongyang summit will be an important historic milestone, and declared as follows. 1. The two sides agreed to expand the cessation of military hostility in regions of confrontation such as the DMZ into the substantial removal of the danger of war across the entire Korean peninsula and a fundamental resolution of the hostile relations. The two sides agreed to adopt the agreement on the implementation of the historic Pyongyang Declaration in the military domain as an annex to the Pyongyang Declaration, and to thoroughly abide by and faithfully implement it, and to actively take practical measures to transform the Korean peninsula into a land of permanent peace. The two sides agreed to engage in constant communication and close consultations to review the implementation of the agreement and prevent accidental military clashes by promptly activating the Inter-Korean Joint Military Committee. 2. The two sides agreed to pursue substantial measures to further advance exchanges and cooperation based on the spirit of mutual benefit and shared prosperity, and to develop the nation's economy in a balanced manner. The two sides agreed to hold a groundbreaking ceremony within this year for the East Coast and West Coast rail and road connections. The two sides agreed, as conditions ripe, to first normalize the Gyeongsang Industrial Complex and the Mount Pyongyang Tourism Project, and to discuss the issue of forming a West Coast Joint Special Economic Zone and an East Coast Joint Special Tourism Zone. The two sides agreed to actively promote South-North environment cooperation so as to protect and restore the natural ecology, and as a first step to endeavor to achieve substantial results in the currently ongoing forestry cooperation. The two sides agreed to strengthen cooperation in the areas of prevention of epidemics, public health and medical care, including emergency measures to prevent the entry and spread of contagious diseases. 3. The two sides agreed to strengthen humanitarian cooperation to fundamentally resolve the issue of separated families. The two sides agreed to open a permanent facility for family reunion meetings in the Mount Pyongyang area at an early date, and to promptly restore the facility toward this end. The two sides agreed to resolve the issue of video meetings and exchange of video messages among the separated families as a matter of priority through the Inter-Korean Red Cross talks. 4. The two sides agreed to actively promote exchanges and cooperation in various fields so as to enhance the atmosphere of reconciliation and unity and to demonstrate the spirit of the Korean nation both internally and externally. The two sides agreed to further promote cultural and artistic exchanges, and to first conduct a performance of the Pyongyang Art Troupe in Seoul in October this year. The two sides agreed to actively participate together in the 2020 Summer Olympic Games and other international games, and to cooperate in bidding for the joint hosting of the 2032 Summer Olympic Games. The two sides agreed to hold meaningful events to celebrate the 11th anniversary of the October 4th Declaration, to jointly commemorate the 100th anniversary of the March 1st Independence Movement Day, and to hold working-level consultations toward this end. 5. The two sides shared the view that the Korean peninsula must be turned into a land of peace free from nuclear weapons and nuclear threats, and that substantial progress toward this end must be made in a prompt manner. First, the North will permanently dismantle the Dongshangri missile engine test site and launch platform under the observation of experts from relevant countries. The North expressed its willingness to continue to take additional measures, such as the permanent dismantlement of the nuclear facilities in Yongbyon, as the United States takes corresponding measures in accordance with the spirit of the 12th of June US-DPRK joint statement. The two sides agreed to cooperate closely in the process of pursuing complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. 6. Chairman Kim Jong-un agreed to visit Seoul at an early date at the invitation of President Moon Jae-in.